Deception is one of the most dangerous betrayals in any relationship because it attacks the very foundation upon which love and trust are built. Without truth, there can be no real connection, no security, and no future when a person begins to twist the truth. When honesty is no longer the default, and when secrecy replaces transparency, the relationship is already on shaky ground. The Bible tells us in John 8:44 that the devil is the father of lies. That means deception is not just a bad habit. It is a tool of the enemy, a weapon used to destroy unity, break hearts, and sow seeds of doubt. A lie may seem small at first, but it opens the door for greater manipulation. Where there's deception, there's danger because a person who lies once will likely lie again. And once a person makes peace with lying, they have already decided that your trust is not worth protecting. Some people will lie to protect themselves, to cover up their mistakes, or to gain control over a situation. Others will lie simply because deception is their nature. They have learned how to manipulate emotions, how to twist facts, and how to make you question your own reality. These are the people who gaslight, who make you feel like you are crazy for sensing that something is wrong. They will say, "You're overthinking, you're too sensitive," or "You're just being paranoid." But deep in your spirit, you know when something is not right. Deception creates an invisible prison where one person holds the key while the other is left in the dark. It forces you to live in confusion, always wondering if what they say is true, always second-guessing yourself. This is not love. This is not partnership. This is control. And the longer you allow deception to exist, the harder it becomes to see the truth. The danger of deception is not just in the lie itself, but in what the lie represents. A heart that is willing to betray, a person who does not value integrity, and a relationship that is built on shifting sand instead of solid rock. God calls us to be people of truth because truth brings freedom. The Bible says in John 8:32, "Then you will know the truth and the truth will set you free." If truth brings freedom, then deception brings bondage. A deceiver does not want you to be free. They want you to be trapped in a cycle of confusion and dependence. They will tell you only what they want you to hear, feeding you just enough information to keep you from walking away, but never enough to give you clarity. This is why deception must never be tolerated in relationships. When a person lies to you, they are making a decision on your behalf without your consent. They are choosing what parts of reality you get to see and what parts they will keep hidden. In any relationship where one person holds all the truth and the other is left with uncertainty is a relationship built on manipulation. The moment you catch someone in a lie, you have already seen their character. Do not ignore that warning. If they can lie about something small, what will they do when faced with something big? If they can twist the truth today, what are they truly capable of tomorrow? Many people stay in relationships filled with deception because they hope the person will change. They want to believe that the lies were just a mistake, just a moment of weakness. But understand this, a person who lies repeatedly is not making mistakes. They are making choices. And those choices show that their priority is not your trust, not your love, not your well-being, but their own selfish desires. You cannot build a future with someone who refuses to be honest with you. Love requires vulnerability. And vulnerability requires trust. If you have to constantly wonder whether what they are telling you is true, if you have to check behind them, if you have to find evidence to confirm their words, then the relationship is already broken. A healthy relationship does not require you to be a detective. It should offer peace, not anxiety. Let me tell you something. God did not call you to live in confusion. He did not call you to stay in a place where you are constantly questioning, doubting, or feeling insecure. If someone in your life has made deception a habit, if they have proven that their words cannot be trusted, then it is time to recognize that this is not love. It is not loyalty. It is not a partnership. It is a trap. The enemy wants you to believe that you need to stay, that you need to keep forgiving, that you need to keep giving chances. But I came to tell somebody today, your destiny is too important to waste on a liar. God has greater for you. He has a love that will honor you, a love that will protect you, a love that will tell you the truth even when it's hard. You do not have to settle for someone who plays games with your heart and your mind. You deserve truth. You deserve honesty. You deserve a relationship where you are not left in the dark, but where you can walk in the light together. Do not let the fear of being alone keep you tied to someone who keeps deceiving you. Because the moment you refuse to tolerate deception is the moment you step into the freedom that God has for you. There is something sacred about trust in a relationship. Trust is the glue that holds two hearts together, the foundation upon which love and intimacy are built. When you share your deepest thoughts, your struggles, your fears, and your dreams with someone, you are not just giving them words, you are giving them a piece of yourself. You are inviting them into a space that not everyone has access to. But when that trust is betrayed, when what was spoken confidence becomes public knowledge, the damage is not just emotional, it is spiritual. It is a wound that cuts deep, leaving scars that may never fully heal. A person who truly loves you will protect what you share with them. They will hold your secrets close, not because they are forced to, but because they value you. But when someone takes your private moments and exposes them to the world, when they use your pain as gossip, when they turn your vulnerability into entertainment for others, they have committed a betrayal that is difficult to repair. The Bible says in Proverbs 11:13, a gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy person keeps a secret. That means that anyone who cannot be trusted with your words is someone who does not deserve access to your heart. One of the greatest betrayals is when the person you confided in becomes the very one who exposes you. It feels like a knife in the back, like a slap in the face, like a cruel joke played at your expense. You may have trusted them because you believed they would never hurt you. Maybe they were your partner, your best friend, or even a family member. But betrayal does not always come from strangers. It comes from the people we love the most. It is the people we let close who have the power to hurt us the deepest. There are many reasons why people betray confidence. Some do it out of carelessness, not realizing the weight of their words. Others do it out of jealousy, using what they know about you to make themselves feel more important. Some do it for attention, eager to have something to talk about, eager to feel like they hold power over you. And then there are those who do it out of malice, seeking to wound you, to embarrass you, to bring you down. But no matter the reason, betrayal of confidence is not just a mistake, it is a choice. It is a decision to put their desires above your trust. And when someone shows you that they cannot protect what you share, believe them. The damage caused by betrayal of confidence goes beyond just embarrassment. It creates walls in relationships, making it difficult to open up again. It causes you to second guess yourself, to hesitate before speaking, to wonder if you can ever fully trust another person. It can leave you feeling isolated, like you have to carry your burdens alone because the last time you shared them, they were used against you. But hear me when I say this. You do not have to stay connected to someone who cannot be trusted. You do not have to keep giving access to a person who has proven that they will use your words as weapons. Trust is not something that can be demanded. It is something that must be earned. And when it is broken, it does not have to be given again. Forgiveness is a command, but restoration is a choice. You can forgive a person for betraying your confidence, but that does not mean they deserve to remain in your inner circle. That does not mean they deserve the privilege of hearing your heart again. If they betrayed you once, they will likely do it again. Do not let your kindness make you vulnerable to repeated wounds. The enemy would love for you to believe that you are overreacting, that it was just a mistake, that you should let it go. But the truth is, the people you surround yourself with will either protect your destiny or expose your weaknesses. Be careful who you give your trust to. Because once a secret has been shared, it cannot be taken back. God has called you to a life of peace, not a life of constantly looking over your shoulder, wondering who will betray you next. Surround yourself with people who will cover you in prayer, not in gossip. Choose relationships where your words are safe, where your trust is honored, where your heart is protected. Because when someone truly loves and respects you, they will guard your secrets as if they were their own. There is a kind of pain that is not caused by words or actions, but by silence and absence. It is the pain of being unseen, unheard, and unappreciated by the very person who is supposed to cherish you. Emotional neglect is not always loud, but it is deeply damaging. It is the slow erosion of connection, the quiet withdrawal of affection, the fading of love, until you feel like a ghost in your own relationship. In a healthy relationship, love is not just spoken, it is shown. It is in the way someone listens when you talk, in the way they acknowledge your feelings, in the way they make time for you, no matter how busy life gets. Love is presence, love is attention, love is effort. But when emotional neglect takes root, all of that disappears. You start to feel like you are alone even when they are sitting right beside you. You feel like you are screaming in a room where no one is listening. The Bible teaches us in Ephesians 5:25 that love is more than words. It is sacrifice, it is action, it is care. A person who loves you should not make you feel invisible. They should not make you beg for affection or force you to question your worth. Love does not ignore. Love does not neglect. Love does not make excuses for why you feel empty inside. One of the greatest dangers of emotional neglect is that it often happens gradually. At first, it may just be small things. Missed conversations, forgotten moments, a lack of enthusiasm, but over time, it builds up. The relationship becomes one-sided, where one person gives and the other simply takes. You try to communicate your needs, but they dismiss them. You try to express your pain, but they tell you that you are overreacting. You start to wonder if maybe you are asking for too much. But let me remind you, being loved, being valued, being acknowledged is not too much to ask. It is the bare minimum of a relationship. Emotional neglect is not just about feeling lonely, it is about feeling unworthy. When someone consistently ignores your emotions, when they do not respond to your needs, when they make you feel like an afterthought, they are sending a message. You do not matter. And that is a message you must never accept. Because the truth is, you do matter. Your feelings, your needs, your voice, all of it matters. God did not create you to be invisible. He did not call you to a love that leaves you empty. The right person will see you, will hear you, will care for you, not just when it is convenient, but because love requires effort. Do not settle for someone who refuses to give you the attention, love, and care you deserve. A relationship should make you feel cherished, not forgotten. It should bring you peace, not silent suffering. And if someone has stopped seeing you, it may be time to see your way out. Infidelity is one of the deepest wounds a relationship can suffer. It is more than just a mistake. It is a betrayal of trust, a violation of commitment, and a shattering of the foundation that love is built upon. But while a single act of unfaithfulness is already devastating, repeated infidelity is something even worse. It is not a moment of weakness. It is a pattern of deception. It is not a one-time failure. It is a lifestyle of dishonesty. And when someone continues to be unfaithful, they are showing you that loyalty is just a word to them, not a principle they live by. A person who cheats once and truly repents will go to great lengths to repair the damage they have caused. They will take full accountability. They will show through their actions that they are committed to change, and they will do whatever it takes to rebuild trust. But when someone is unfaithful over and over again, when they apologize only to repeat the same behavior, they are revealing their true nature. Their words may say, "I'm sorry," but their actions scream, "I will do it again." And actions always speak louder than words. The Bible is clear about the value of faithfulness in relationships. In Matthew 19:6, Jesus says, "What God has joined together, let no one separate." Marriage and commitment are sacred. It's built on trust, respect, and honor. Infidelity is not just a breach of loyalty. It is a breaking of vows, a tearing apart of what was meant to be whole. And when someone repeatedly breaks that covenant, they are showing that they have no true regard for the relationship or for the heart of the person they are hurting. Many people in relationships with serial cheaters struggle with knowing what to do. They love the person, they hold on to hope that things will change, and they convince themselves that if they just do more, love more, forgive more, the other person will finally be faithful. But let me tell you this, you cannot love someone into loyalty. A person who does not value faithfulness will not suddenly change because you love them harder. Change does not come from external pressure. It comes from internal transformation. And if they are not willing to change on their own, nothing you do will make them different. One of the greatest lies the enemy will try to tell you is that you have to stay, that you have to keep forgiving, that you have to keep enduring the pain. But God never called you to live in a relationship that constantly breaks you. He did not design love to be filled with betrayal, heartbreak, and repeated disappointment. Love is supposed to bring peace, not anxiety. It is supposed to bring security, not fear. If you are constantly worried about who they are texting, who they are with, or what they are hiding, that is not love, that is torment. There is a difference between grace and enabling. Forgiveness is a beautiful thing, but forgiveness does not mean tolerance of continued betrayal. The Bible says in Proverbs 26:11, "As a dog returns to its vomit, so fools repeat their folly." Some people are not sorry for their actions. They are only sorry they got caught. They are not interested in being faithful. They are only interested in keeping you around while they continue to do what they want. They want your loyalty while they give their attention to others. They want the benefits of your love while they disrespect the relationship behind your back. And that is something you should never accept. Repeated infidelity is a clear sign that a person does not value commitment. It is a choice, not an accident. And the more you tolerate it, the more they will take advantage of your forgiveness. Some people will only stop hurting you when they realize they no longer have access to you. The moment you decide that you deserve better, the moment you stop making excuses for their behavior, the moment you walk away from what is breaking you, that is the moment you step into the freedom God has for you. You deserve a love that honors you. You deserve a relationship where loyalty is not just a word, but a way of life. Do not let repeated infidelity make you believe that this is the best love you can have. God has something greater for you, but you have to be willing to let go of what is hurting you in order to receive what He has prepared for you. Never forget, real love does not betray. Real love does not betray. Real love does not put you in a position where you constantly have to question your worth. If someone cannot be faithful, then they are not ready for real love. And if they are not ready for real love, then they do not deserve you. Let them go, heal your heart, and step into the love that God has waiting for you. Respect is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship. Without it, love is shallow, trust is fragile, and connection is unstable. Respect is more than just words. It is how someone treats you when no one is watching, how they handle disagreements, and how they value your thoughts, emotions, and presence. When respect is absent, love is nothing more than a performance, an empty promise with no real substance. Disrespect does not always show up as loud insults or obvious cruelty. Sometimes it is subtle. It is in the way they dismiss your feelings, the way they mock your dreams, or the way they ignore your boundaries. It is in the sarcastic comments, the eye rolls, the condescending tone. It is in the way they talk over you, make decisions without considering you, or minimize your struggles as if they do not matter. Over time, these small acts of disrespect create deep wounds, making you feel insignificant and unseen. The Bible tells us in 1 Peter 3:7, husbands, in the same way be considerate as you live with your wives, and treat them with respect. Respect is not optional. It is a command. It is a reflection of a person's character and a sign of the value they place on the relationship. When honor disappears, love begins to crumble. One of the most painful aspects of disrespect is that it often starts small, but if left unchecked, it grows. At first, it might just be small criticisms or teasing that goes too far, but soon it becomes normal for them to speak to you in ways that hurt, to disregard your boundaries, or to belittle your feelings. You find yourself constantly defending your worth, trying to explain why their words or actions hurt, but they dismiss your concern. They tell you that you are too sensitive or that you take things too seriously. Instead of apologizing and making an effort to change, they make you feel like the problem. But let me tell you something. You are not the problem. Disrespect is a choice. A person who values you will not constantly put you in a position where you feel small, unheard, or unimportant. Respect is shown in how they speak to you, how they listen to you, and how they respond when they have hurt you. A person who truly cares will not make excuses for their disrespect. They will correct it. Many people stay in relationships filled with disrespect because they hope the other person will change. They believe that if they love harder, if they become more patient, if they prove their worth, then the person will finally treat them with honor. But let me be clear. Respect is not something you should have to beg for. It is the bare minimum. If someone does not respect you now, they will not respect you later. And if they are comfortable dishonoring you today, they will only become more comfortable doing it in the future. Some people confuse tolerance with love. They believe that enduring disrespect means they are being strong, that staying silent in the face of mistreatment means they are keeping the peace. But true peace does not come from suffering in silence. It comes from being in relationships where honor is mutual, where both people are valued, where love is shown through actions, not just empty words. If you are in a relationship where disrespect has become normal, it is time to make a decision. You cannot force someone to honor you, but you can decide that you will no longer accept anything less. You deserve to be in a relationship where you are spoken to with kindness, where your voice matters, where your presence is cherished. Never forget, love without respect is not love at all. It is control, it is manipulation, it is a slow erosion of your self-worth. Do not let someone convince you that their disrespect is something you have to live with. Walk away from dishonor and step into the respect, love, and value that you truly deserve. A healthy relationship requires two people who are willing to take responsibility for their actions, acknowledge their mistakes, and grow together. But when accountability is missing, when one person refuses to take ownership of their behavior and instead shifts the blame onto you, the relationship becomes toxic. It is exhausting, frustrating, and deeply unfair to constantly be held responsible for problems you did not create. Lack of accountability is not just about refusing to apologize. It is about denying reality. It is about rewriting history to make themselves look innocent while making you feel guilty. Every argument, every conflict, every mistake somehow becomes your fault. They refuse to admit when they are wrong, and instead they twist the situation to make you question yourself. You start to wonder, am I the problem? Am I being too sensitive? Did I really cause this? But let me tell you, this is manipulation. A person who refuses to be accountable will always find a way to justify their actions. If they lied, it is because you made them feel like they could not tell the truth. If they hurt you, it is because you overreacted. If they failed to keep a promise, it is because you expected too much. They will never say, I messed up, I was wrong, I should have done better. Instead, they will deflect, make excuses, and make you feel like you are asking for too much by simply wanting respect, honesty, and responsibility. The Bible says in Proverbs 28:13, whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. True growth, true maturity, and true love require humility. A person who loves you will not be afraid to admit when they are wrong because they care more about the relationship than their ego. They will take responsibility, seek to make things right, and learn from their mistakes. When someone refuses to be accountable, it creates an unhealthy power dynamic. You become the one constantly apologizing, constantly explaining yourself, constantly trying to fix what they refuse to acknowledge. Over time, this will drain you emotionally. It will make you feel like no matter what you do, it is never enough. And the truth is, with someone who lacks accountability, it will never be enough because they are not looking for resolution. They're looking for control. No relationship can thrive without accountability. Love is not about perfection, but it is about responsibility. If someone truly cares about you, they will take ownership of their actions, not shift the blame onto you. They will recognize how their behavior affects you and work to improve. If they refuse to do that, then they are showing you that their pride is more important than your peace. You deserve a relationship where you are not made to feel guilty for things you did not do. You deserve a partner who can say, "I was wrong, I am sorry, I will do better." And if they cannot do that, then it may be time to walk away and choose peace